I'm Liz. I'm a Supervisory Special Agent with the U.S. Department of State, Bureau of Diplomatic Security Service. I became a DS Special Agent in 2010. I found out about this career through a family member who also works for DS. Prior to working as an agent, I was actually in the fitness industry. I was a personal training manager and I was training people that traveled all the time. And I wanted to travel like they did. And my family member was traveling all over the world. So I asked, what is this job? And he explained how to apply and what the job was. And I applied and I got in. My career is unique. I have served primarily in Washington, D.C. for the duration of my career. However, in my career, I've been to over 50 countries, and some of them I've been to 4 or 5 times. When DS agents serve overseas, they serve for 1 to 3 years, depending on the assignment. My favorite assignment was with the Secretary of State's protective detail. I worked on the Secretary's detail under Hillary Clinton and under John Kerry. And we just got to travel as a team, so many amazing places. And it was a wonderful opportunity to see the world in my 20s. My most memorable assignment as a DS agent was from 2020 to 2022 when I served as the DS Human Trafficking Investigations Coordinator. This was a very important work that we're doing in regards to when passport and visa fraud are part of a human trafficking crime or scheme, that we are part of the investigations. And I just really enjoyed the opportunity to particularly work with victims of human trafficking and further support investigative work to seek justice in those crimes. The most challenging aspect of being a DS agent is just the degree of flexibility you have to have in terms of learning something new. So much like if you were in college and you changed, your focus or major, or you change careers within our own career, you will change assignments and change your focus every few years, and you have to learn an entirely new set of skills. I think this is wonderful for assuring you're never bored with work, but you have to have a lot of self-initiative and willingness, to show up and say, I may not know everything, but I'm going to figure it out as fast as I can. And that's, where we succeed. And the type of people that DS is looking for are those that can do that over and over. For those applying for the Clarke DS Fellowship program, my recommendation would be to make sure that you've got a great routine when it comes to your own health and wellness. You will be, in preparing for this, asked to take a physical fitness test. And as I mentioned, you're going to do a lot of travel in this work, so having a good routine and baseline that helps you sustain things like jet lag and changes in routine and changes in your work hours is really important in terms of thriving in this career and having longevity as a DS agent. So, in terms of preparing for the physical readiness test that's part of the application process for the Clarke DS Fellowship program, I would recommend that candidates give themselves around 3 months of physical training to prepare for the push ups, running, and sit ups that you'll have to do in this test. One of the things we do in training as DS agents when we go to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center is work together, for example, on our push ups. So on the first day of class, you all do one push up as a group, and then the next day you do two, and the next day you do three, et cetera, until we were building up to doing 50 push ups as a team. So that's a simple strategy that agents or people can do to prepare for a physical fitness test is start with a small amount of work and build onto it each day so your body gets used to it and is ready for test day when it comes. If you're thinking about applying for the Clarke DS Fellowship program and becoming a DS agent, my recommendation is to consider this a lifestyle change. You'll be taking on a career path that takes you all over the world. You'll be part of the fraternity and sorority of federal law enforcement, and you'll make incredible friends. So just prepare for that. I remember when I applied and I was accepted, driving away from the interview and thinking, wow, this is going to change my life. And it truly did. And I would just encourage you to take on the adventure.